Hey everybody, it's Steve, Just a Little Red. I'm up on the mountain tonight. I'm in Just a Little Red shed. Thought I'd come out here tonight, school night, pretty night. Thought we'd do a little bit of math, maybe some science, maybe a little philosophy in there. You never know. Philosophy and Just a Little Red ain't bad. Sometimes you might learn something. Probably not. We're going to talk about the word failure. Now, if everybody's afraid, failure, boy, I messed up, I did this wrong, I ain't nothing but a failure. Well, that's a crock of hold of whatever you want. If you try something and you don't succeed, well, you're a failure. But you tried. I think if you look it up in the big dictionary, it says if you try to do something and you don't get it right, well, you're a failure. It don't matter. But the fact is, you tried. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. That's my idea. Word tonight is failure. Well, I ain't going to look at you and say nothing bad, but I'm going to tell you, I'm a failure. No problem. What we're going to talk about is my crop videos. You know, I made a bunch of crop videos and I'm looking at the views. Ain't a lot of y'all been looking at them, but I failed. What I done is I planted some onions, some jalapenos, and some tomatoes. And I thought, well, heck for it, I'll make them things grow. If you watch the first video, they sprouted up and they look pretty good. Well, that's the philosophy part of it. I thought I could take a seed and grow it up and feed the family. It didn't work out. Well, when you come to the science part of it, I think I figured it out. If you look at the Just a Little Red drawing board, we're going to draw out some stuff. Let's find all my markers right here. We're going to show the lay of the land. When you look at Just a Little Red, he lives on the side of the mountain. It starts up here at the top. It flattens out where he lives and then it slopes on off down through yonder. He got trees. He got trees. Ain't no big deal. That's what he deals with. Been living here forever and ever and ever. And it's what he growed up with. Got tree limbs all up through here. And tree limbs all up through here. Well, that's the way Just a Little Red lives. Ain't no big deal. He planted his crops right there. Now that's where pretty much he is. You ain't got to deal with the flat ground up here because everything's on the slope. You don't play basketball up here on Just a Little Red Mountain. If you do, you'll all wind up down there and you got to wind up chasing it and it ain't worth nothing. So, he planted his crops right here in this little square. Let me tell you, you got trees. Well, hell, I grabbed the wrong damn one. Let's go down through here. You got trees. Hey, trees all over the place up here. You got trees down here. That's right there. Now, you got old Mr. Sun. He rises up here in what? He rises somewhere in the west. Sets in the east. I believe that's the way it is. I'm not a whole lot sure. So that's where he comes up. And that's where he comes down. Well, that's the sun in the morning. That's the sun in the evening. And he comes over the day. Well, this is where Just a Little Red learned a little science. You got to have sunlight and rain, water. That's what you got to have to grow a garden. Well, apparently I got everything going right, but it didn't come out right. So as the sun comes over, you get a little bit of that right there. That's all you get of the sun. Well, now that's about 90 degrees of sun. 90 degrees is pretty hot. But when it comes to math, 90 degrees ain't enough. You got to have a whole lot more sun than 90 degrees. And that's the math. That's a 90 degree angle. Not 90 degrees of sun. Well, so, out of 90 degrees, that leaves how much left? 207, well, maybe, whatever, 4 times 90. Well, you know, a lot. That's all this right here. And it ain't getting sun. And what I wound up with, I had a couple of tomatoes that growed up. Bird picked them up, didn't get a whole lot out of them. They didn't get much bigger than a dead gum, maybe a tennis ball. That's the way it worked out. They got a lot of rain. a lot of moisture. Didn't get no sun. Well, my onions, that just didn't work out worth 5 cents. So the onion wound up being bunch about grass. Is all about it was. And my peppers, and I might have got one, looked about like a Vienna sausage. But that's all it was. But we found out we ain't got enough sun. Yeah, it was a failure. But I learned from it. Next year, like I said, I've tried this 4 or 5 years in a row. It didn't work out. So I need more than 90 degrees of sun to get my crops to grow. That's the math, science, that's the whole philosophy of the old word of failure. Don't quit. Keep on trying. I'm Steve. I'm just a little red. I'm up here on the mountain tonight. Y'all have a good one. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that dadgum like button, subscribe button, whatever you want to hit. Hit some button. I'll see you later. I'm Steve. I'm just a little red.